We don't know who's made the rosters yet. We can't predict injuries. Of course, let's do this.
Let's go.
Lead block, let's do this. Okay, here's what we have to tell you. The schedule was released. We chewed on it. We spat it out from every angle. We're looking forward to week 4, of course. Brady's return to Foxy Town to take on Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Huge game. It might be the most anticipated regular season game, but not many are ready to call it a Super Bowl preview. Take that, Patriots. But if you look across the entire 21 schedule, take a look at these. These are just a few AFC versus NFC games that might fit the bill of that Super Bowl preview game. So whether it's these guys or any of the interconference games this season, Shregs, I ask you, what is the one matchup on the schedule that looks like it could be a Super Bowl 56 preview?
All right, it's May 17th, May 18th. I don't even know the date, Kay.
It is.
All I know is we've been talking about karaoke, and Jane Slater said she was in choir for about 37 years. I would love to know, Jane, more about your choir career. Maybe we can get into that tomorrow. It wasn't just a cup of coffee with choir. You spent decades doing choir.
sounds like
okay,
a segment.
I want to hear it.
I was an alto, okay? I was
perfect.
It sounds like a
an
segment.
alto.
An alto. I think you should sing this segment as we talk about our Super Bowl picks in May. I think the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC, but I look at the NFC, and I don't think the Packers, I know what I'm getting, and that's their big interconference rival with the two different conferences this year. So I'm going to go with two teams that I'm not necessarily are looked at as the favorites in their conference, but are right up there. I love that Rams at Ravens game, week 17. I mentioned it last week on the show. I find this one to be fascinating, not only because of the two teams and fan bases and everything that goes into it, but that it's in week 17 and that we're going to know what these teams are. You're talking about Super Bowl preview. How's this thing going to play out? What we see weeks 1 through 8, those teams aren't the same as the ones we see in the second half. And then, of course, when we get to January, Stafford in the Super Bowl? Is that what you're saying at home? Are you serious? Lamar Jackson winning multiple big games late to get to the Super Bowl? Yeah, why not? We're in May. We're talking Super Bowl preview, and we're talking about this game. Stafford, to me, is fascinating. Imagine the Rams, okay, who could play on the road and can do it all and went to Seattle and Green Bay last year and competed really hard with Jared Goff, having one of the greatest cannons in NFL history now in those cold weather games going into Baltimore week 17. I think the Rams and Ravens are both going to be special teams. And when you talk about when this game is played, week 17, I kind of get the feeling that those games late in December and then in early January will let us know what we're going to get in February. Sean O'Hara played in a week 17 Patriots versus Giants game on New Year's Eve weekend when everyone knew that this game kind of felt special. Giants went on their run. Patriots, of course, finished the job in the regular season, and then the Giants got the best of them. I love the week 17 placement. Rams at Ravens. Stafford throwing bombs in late season games. Let's go.
Gonna be chilly.
It's gonna be cold.
Well, I think I'm going to have to go, I'm looking at the Bills and the Bucks. I mean, I think all of us can look at this Bucks roster. They haven't made any changes really to it. If anything, they've just had additions with the draft. But then I look at the Bills and Bucks, and I just see the Bills just slowly going up on the incline. That improved accuracy from Josh Allen last season led to the number 2 offense in the league. And then, of course, the one thing I think that's been holding this team back is the defense. And let's be honest, the Kansas City Chiefs. In order to get past the Kansas City Chiefs, you've got to get past Patrick Mahomes. In order to do that, you need some good pass rushers. So in the draft this year, they addressed that with their first 2 picks going to the pass rush. So if they can improve upon that, I think they've got all of the weapons on offense, and that would be a real fun game. Last year, we saw, of course, Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Let's see one of the other young, bright quarterbacks in this game, Josh Allen, go against the big guy.
Well, look, the buildup has already begun for this Week 9 matchup that I'm going to go with. And so, Kay, I'll take Packers at Chiefs for 1,000, please. I think when you look at this matchup, obviously, the Mahomes to Aaron Rodgers, that aspect of it is going to be something we talk about ad nauseum. But when you just look at the pure talent ability in both of these guys, the way that they can manipulate the football, the different throws that they create, it's an art form. Look, they're not passers, they're not throwers, they're artists. They're like Bob Ross, painting happy little trees here and there and shading different parts of the field. I think when you look at at what they have done. Obviously, both being Super Bowl MVPs, and two of them in the last 3 years, they've been able to accelerate their teams. I think for Aaron Rodgers, last year, I think he was robbed of a chance to be in the Super Bowl. And look, his season and the Packers season was in jeopardy as soon as David Bakhtiari went down with that knee injury. If he does not go down, if Bakhtiari plays in the playoffs, I think it's a different outcome for Aaron Rodgers and for the Packers. So I think this is going to be a great matchup. Week 9, it's right in the middle of the season. It's going to be a great build-up, and I would not be shocked if we are starting our Super Bowl history over again. The very first Super Bowl ever was Chiefs-Packers. I can see it happening again.
That's true.
Oh.
Some people would be shocked if it's Aaron Rodgers under center Week 9 against Patrick Mahomes and company, but that's a segment for another day. Question for the room here. Are we overlooking this Week 4 tilt between the Bucs and the Patriots? We use it as a peg for this conversation, like it can't happen, like it wouldn't be the juiciest storyline in all of Super Bowl history. Are we kidding here? Will we see Week 4 there in Foxborough? You're telling me we all know the Bucs are the favorite out of the NFC. In the AFC, would it be that crazy for the Patriots to get there? Best coach potentially in Super Bowl history or in NFL history potentially. They have the most opt-outs returning. They were clearly the most aggressive, making the biggest splashes in free agency. I don't know. They're one season removed from having a historically dominant defense in 2019. To me, there's no reason they can't at least get back close to that level. And if they get Cam and the power run game clicking like they should, I just don't think it's a huge stretch to think New England can be dangerous this year at Triggs. And I don't know why we're not jonesing for this matchup.
I also don't know why we're not talking more about the flow on the sidelines. Was that a mullet that I just saw? Did you guys see that?
Steve Belichick. Steve Belichick. It's his little son. He's got the best hair in football.
That was phenomenal.
I can't complain about Judge hair by any stretch.
I mean, look at the flow.
Yep, that's it.
We need a tail of a tape on that. That's
like
Gardner
that
Minshew. That's Gardner. That's like an ode to Gardner Minshew right now.
All right, nobody wants to throw in with me that the Patriots can be dangerous this year, and this could be our Super Bowl 56.
Who's the quarterback going to be? Is it going to be Cam or
Mac? Out of the division.
Look, to Kay's point, we're talking about who's quarterback, and Jane, you could say Mac or Cam. No, but I don't know who the quarterback of the Packers is, and Sean, as much as I want to say Week 9, we're talking Super Bowl preview, there's a really good chance it's Jordan Love. So if you're telling me to put my name on something, I can't put my name on the Packers. It's the same way I can't put my name on the Patriots yet, but it's no crazier to say Patriots than Packers, Kay. I agree. It's pretty dismissive of us to just say, well, we know Week 4 is not going to be a Super Bowl preview. Belichick isn't going to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know. If Brady surprised us last year, why can't Bill do it this year?
Well, I think she brings up the great point about the opt-out players because they were missing so many of those guys last year. For them to have brought all of that back and some of the depth that they've added, I'm not willing to say that the only reason the Patriots have won all the Super Bowls Tom Brady. I think last year, Bill Belichick was really working with what he had, and maybe there was some strategic planning there so that they could uniquely have this position in the draft this year at 15 to go and get a guy like Mac Jones. So I'm not willing to write off Bill Belichick just because Tom Brady was able to get the most improbable thing done this offseason and then also recruiting a bunch of his former teammates. So I don't think it's a wild call.